American history is flush with simple stories of everyday people who bring the world to their door by just being who they are. I love telling the quiet history of Osceola McCarty. America is also awash with stories of quiet people who made history that we are more comfortable burying. This is a tale about two people who likely never met while living in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and linked by the University of Southern Mississippi. You will meet Clyde Kennard. Osceola McCarty was born in Shibuya, Mississippi, and raised in Hattiesburg by her mother, aunt, and grandmother. She dropped out of the sixth grade when her aunt became ill and confined to home. McCarty never returned to school, but took up the profession of her grandmother, a washerwoman. McCarty never married or had children. In 1947, her uncle gave her the house in which she lived until she died. She had no air conditioning while doing laundry in hot Mississippi, never had a car or learned to drive. McCarty walked everywhere, even to the grocery store, pushing her shopping cart for the 1 mile walk. She rode with friends to attend services at Friendship Baptist Church. She did not subscribe to any newspaper and considered the expense an extravagance. Similarly, although she owned a black and white television, she had only broadcast channels. Her mother is credited with instilling in her a need to save money for financial security. From 8 years old, savings became her thing. She opened her first savings account at First Mississippi National Bank, and over the years, she opened several other accounts at various area banks. McCarthy learned from the women in her family how to be frugal. On their deaths, McCarthy received money from her aunt and mother, which she placed into savings as well. By the time she retired at age 86 with crippling arthritis in her hands, McCarty had saved $280,000. Personnel at Trustmark Bank advised her to set up a trust to manage her estate. They also convinced her to purchase two small window air conditioners for her house and cable television service. In 1995, working with a local attorney from whom she had done laundry, along with the bank's trust officer, McCarthy set up a pension plan and received regular checks until she died in 1999. She set aside 10% of her estate for her church, 10% each for three relatives, and 60% for the University of Southern Mississippi. She stipulated that the funds should be used for students, preferably those of African American descent, who could not otherwise attend due to financial hardship. When news of McCarty's plan was made public, local immediately helped fund an endowment in her honor. But wait, wasn't that the same college with an all white segregated history? Didn't she witness them rejecting black applicant Clyde Kennard, attempting to integrate the school? She undoubtedly had done the laundry for segregationist families affiliated with the university. Nonetheless, her mind was made up. McCarty was very much aware of what happened in Hattiesburg and the university. She had to have known the circumstances around Clyde Kennard's mistreatment. Clyde Kennard was born in Hattiesburg in 1927. At 12 years old, he moved to Chicago to live with his sister and attend school full time. After graduating from high school, he enlisted in the Army and served 7 years. He had a tour in Germany and Korea, serving as a paratrooper. Back in Chicago, he enrolled in the University of Chicago. But after his junior year, he was called home to Hattiesburg to care for his mother after his father's death. He bought farmland and raised chickens, but he also wanted to complete his degree. In 1954, the United States Supreme Court ruled in Brown versus Board of Education that segregation of public schools was unconstitutional, including the University of Southern Mississippi. But when Clyde Kennard attempted to enroll, university president and state politicians, as well as local black leaders, prevented it. Kennard was turned down 3 times. In response to this, he wrote letters about educational integration published in the newspaper. His business was blacklisted, and no bank would give him a loan. Kennard was twice arrested on trumped up charges, convicted, and sentenced to 7 years at Parchman Penitentiary, the state's notorious high security prison. While in prison, Kennard became terminally ill with cancer. The governor refused to pardon him, but released him on parole in January 1963. Kennard died that year in July. In 2005, supporters petitioned the court to review Kennard's case. An investigation found that his main accuser lied. Now, he testified under oath that Kennard was innocent. Quote, Kennard did not ask me to steal. Kennard did not ask me to break into the co-op. Kennard did not ask me to do anything illegal. End quote. In 2006, his conviction was overturned. So much changed in this quaint town under the watchful eyes of Miss McCarty. 6th-grade education, but PhD level kindness, humility, Christian witness, and righteousness. I wonder if receipt of an honorary degree from the University of Mississippi was also received with Clyde Kennard in mind. Later, McCarty was awarded an honorary degree from Harvard University and the Presidential Citizens Medal from President Bill Clinton. In February 1993, the University of Southern Mississippi renamed its campus Student Services Building, Kennard Washington Hall, in honor of Clyde Kennard and Dr. Walter Washington. On May 11, 2018, Clyde Kennard was awarded a posthumous honorary doctoral degree by the university. Today, they endow a Clyde Kennard Memorial Scholarship